How do you know when he's outside?
I'd like to call this meeting to order, the Monday, June 20th, 22 meeting of the Monument and Cemetery Commission meeting. I'd like to start off by welcoming our new commissioner, Jim. If you could introduce yourself, please.
Yes, hi, I'm Jim Lamaker. I currently work at Nuvera Communications. I'm a IT field service technician, an IT professional. I've been doing this kind of work for probably about 25, 30 years in this community. I've worked for Kemsky prior to that for many years. Also, I'm a lifelong resident, and other career thing that I'm doing right now, I'm in the Navy Reserve. I'm a lieutenant commander. I'm an engineering duty officer. I've been doing work in the reserves for about 19 years.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
Thank you.
The first item on the agenda here is election of a chairman. Do we have any nominations?
Tom Keeneland?
Okay. We get a second on Tom.
I'll second it.
All those opposed? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Election of a vice chair. Any nominations?
Dave Weldy?
Got a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second item is approval of the minutes from the December 20, 2021 meeting. Everybody had a chance to look over those? Any questions on the minutes? Okay, could I get a motion to approve the minutes from that meeting?
Go ahead.
So moved. I made
Okay.
that motion.
Approval, can I get a second?
Second.
Second. It's been a motion and approved to approve the minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. That concludes our old business. The new business, first item is a donation of $1,000 from Darlene Ostros to be used for the needed care of the cemetery. Any discussion? Did I get a motion to approve the donation for $1,000?
I'll make a motion that we approve the $1,000 donation.
Second?
I second that.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is to buy back vacant lots from Melvin and Diane Alfred. The total price would be $775. I did see a note, they won't be hard to resell. Any discussion on those?
They're good resellable lots in Section 7C. You can sell them as a pair or single, so it's good
Okay.
resellable.
Perfect.
So is this what they paid for those lots?
Yeah.
50% of the selling price now. The city will buy back for 50% of the selling price that year.
Why only 50%?
That's the way it's written up. Above my pay hike.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, could I have a motion to approve the buyback?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Second. Been made and seconded to approve the buyback of the lots. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, full burial with the cremation in the casket.
Yes, Commissioners, this is brought forward to us. There was a recent burial with a full burial and a cremation was put inside the casket. And if this is something you want to take and go and review, and if you're going to allow this, then we need to set a fee for it. But if not, because right now, it says the definition of a grave is either one body or two cremations. So we'd have to change the rules if you're gonna allow this or not. So it's something to talk about. Maybe we talked to Tom already and he said, you know, he was gonna think about it more and maybe table it, you know, but just to get it in discussion and next meeting, bring it up and make a decision on this, if you wanna go through with this or deny it. So, and then if you are gonna go through it, then we need to set a fee for it, because
Why do people do that?
Yeah.
to save some money.
Yeah, I don't.
Because it's just, right now, we just charge them for one opening and closing, and that's, yeah, I don't, in my parts, I don't think it's right either, but,
No.
because it's gonna be a nightmare for Kim and, in the record keeping of it,
Right.
so. Because, yeah, we had an instance where it did happen, and we just gotta get it on the books, which way you guys wanna go with it, and so,
So if we don't approve it, you have to dig it up?
no, it's,
Yeah, I would be in favor of denying that. If you want to be cremated, you go
Yeah.
by the cremations.
so, it's something,
Was there such a thing that the husband wants to be cremated and the wife doesn't, or vice versa, and that's why they do that, or?
because, yeah, the situation we had is, one of them died. They kept them in, you know, in the urn for a while, a couple years, and then the other spouse passed, and then now they put them in the coffin in a
Got
full
one-
burial.
One body and one urn in the coffin?
Yeah, there's one,
Okay.
yep.
So they want to be buried together,
Correct.
side by side.
But I bet you a lot of it, unless we change it.
Yeah,
is,
and you're gonna see more and more, if you're gonna let
pricing.
this go on, you're gonna see more and more of it.
Yeah.
So that's why we need to set a rule
Yeah.
that either you're gonna deny it, it's not gonna happen, they need their own grave, or, you know, if you let it happen, then we need to set a fee for it.
Right.
We need to probably up the fee for it.
Yeah.
Is that 875 sufficient?
It's the cost of a full burial and half of a cremation? Is that right, Glenn? Is that what,
A
yeah,
full barrel is 775, or 675.
675, and then we added the
Cremation is
200.
470.
475, we added 200.
Okay.
And that's just a recommendation. I mean, you can set your fee to what you want to, or if you're gonna allow this.
Maybe I'm misinterpreting what this says. Is there a body in the casket and then somebody wants to add ash? That
Yep.
isn't what I was thinking about.
Yep, yep, it was a full burial, and then they added the urn in the casket.
Then it makes more sense to
Yep,
me then.
yep.
I have to say, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it's, yeah, it's up, if you,
People bury urns? Or do they always have to go in that other?
No, you can- you can bury there can be a double cremation on one grave.
Yep.
But the definition of a grave is a single burial or a double cremation,
Yeah.
so. So you'd have to change the definition of the grave if, you know, this is what if you'd let this go on.
So the cremated person, if we deny this, the cremated person would have to be placed elsewhere.
So spouses would
Either
be-
that or next to the grave next to them,
Oh, it can
Can be
be.
buried on the same site.
Right,
but it's a different grave.
right. They have to pay for two openings and whatnot.
So they're getting by with just one grave now,
Yeah.
opening and closing, so.
I'm getting it now. When I read this, I don't know. It makes sense.
Well, I'm open for a vote right away. We don't need to table it if we've had our discussion. I think it's kind of clear what people are leaning towards. I'd like to make a motion that we deny this in the future.
I'll second that one.
So the motion's been made to deny it, and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries to deny the mixed burials in the future.
We'll have to get that in the rules somehow to,
That board will have to go through the rules. The board will have to go through the rules, add that on.
yeah, we'll have to add that into the rules then and
Okay,
get that added in,
okay, thank you.
so.
Yep. Next item is the cemetery fees for 2023. I don't see any changes on there. So we're going to stay the same as we were last year.
Yep. 'Cause we made some changes last year, so I'd suggest we just keep it the same this year and,
You aren't gonna gouge anybody because of inflation?
Anybody have any discussion or opposition to the fees for next year? No, seeing none. Can I have a motion to approve the fees for next year?
So move.
Second?
I'll second.
Made and second to approve the fees for next year. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Is there any other discussion before we close the meeting? I call this meeting to order, or to close the meeting. Thank you.
Record.